AI video models are getting better constantly, but for real production, I care about more than whether a model can create one impressive shot. I want to know whether it can follow camera instructions, preserve characters or products between shots, create convincing motion, and work with different kinds of references. So today, I'm testing HappyHorse 1.1, a multimodal AI video generation platform designed for advertising, e-commerce, short-form drama, and social media. HappyHorse includes 4 main generation modes: text to video, image to video, reference to video, and video to video. I'm going to test these modes with practical examples while focusing on the areas HappyHorse 1.1 is designed to improve, including motion, camera control, subject consistency, visual quality, and audio expression. Let's start with text to video. This is the simplest mode because all I need is a text prompt, so it's useful when I have an idea but no references yet. For this test, I'll create a cinematic coffee commercial. Instead of writing something vague, I'll structure the prompt around subject, action, scene, camera, style, and audio. For example, a premium coffee cup on a dark wooden table, steam slowly rising, warm morning light through a window, while the camera performs a slow push-in and subtle orbit, with realistic commercial lighting and soft cafe ambience. Once it's generated, I'm not only checking image quality, I'm looking at whether the motion feels natural and whether the camera actually follows the instruction. HappyHorse 1.1 specifically highlights stronger motion expressiveness and support for complex camera movement, such as push-in, orbit, crane up, and pull out. Next, I'll move to image to video. Here, I can upload a product image and turn that static asset into a commercial shot. I'll use a perfume bottle as the starting frame and ask for a slow cinematic dolly in, subtle reflections moving across the packaging, soft particles in the background, and a gentle orbit while keeping the label visible. The main thing I'm checking is consistency. The bottle should still look like the same product once movement is introduced. If the shape, label, or colors change during the shot, it becomes much less useful for commercial work. This mode is especially practical for e-commerce and advertising because it starts from an exact visual reference, instead of asking the model to invent the product from scratch. Now, I'll make the test more difficult with reference to video. HappyHorse supports up to 9 reference images in this mode, which makes it useful when you need stronger consistency across characters, outfits, or products. I'll upload several views of the same character and then place that person into a new environment. For example, I'll ask for the character walking through a futuristic city while the camera tracks from the side, moves toward a frontal angle, and then pulls back into a wider shot. Here, I'm checking whether the face, clothing, proportions, and overall identity stay consistent while both the character and camera are moving. HappyHorse 1.1 specifically highlights stronger subject consistency in R2V, including keeping identities distinct and maintaining props with the correct subject. The fourth mode is video to video. Instead of generating motion from scratch, I can begin with existing footage, add a reference image, and use a prompt to transform the visual appearance while preserving the original motion. For example, I can take a simple clip of someone walking through an ordinary interior and transform the scene into a futuristic environment. This is useful for style transfer, subject replacement, or scene transfer because the original performance and camera movement can act as the structure for the result. After generation, I can compare the original and transformed versions side by side and check whether the timing, motion, and spatial relationships still feel coherent. After testing all 4 modes, the biggest advantage is that HappyHorse 1.1 gives you different levels of control depending on what you already have. Text to video works when you only have an idea. Image to video is better when you have an exact starting visual. Reference to video gives you more control over identity and consistency, while video to video is useful when you already have motion that you want to preserve. The 1.1 update also focuses on more realistic visual detail and improved audio expression, including stronger audio-visual sync and dialogue delivery that can adapt its pace, pauses, and tone to the emotional context. Overall, HappyHorse 1.1 feels less like a single video generator and more like a multimodal workflow where you can choose the right generation method for the project. For ads, e-commerce content, social media, and short-form storytelling, that flexibility is useful because different projects begin with different assets. My main prompt tip is to clearly describe the subject, action, scene, camera movement, visual style, and audio instead of relying only on generic cinematic keywords. If you want to test it yourself, I'll leave the HappyHorse 1.1 link and Discord community in the video description.